This week, we talk about that really awesome Secret Invasion and Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse trailer. We talk about DC's amazing Blue Beetle trailer and a few other rumors. And we catch up on the latest adventures of the Mandalorian. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse.
Warning.
Red alert.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger!
That's the emergency alert. This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week we are coming from all over the pop culture universe just to bring you what's new. And we've got all kinds of great Marvel and DC and Star Wars news and even a little bit of random stuff. But before we get going, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
So, I've been playing that Avengers game, on and off for 6+ months now.
Uh-huh.
So they finally did the last update on it, and they made everything that was purchasable free.
Oh, nice.
So every character I have now 50+ skins for. Almost all the extra takedown moves I have, emotes, different things. And then it gives you a ton of credits for other things that you can still buy in game, not with money, but with things that you earn. So there are a handful of things that I can still earn in the game to make it fun. But the vast majority of the stuff that was you needed, put your money and your money becomes credits for the game kind of situation. Now it's all in game completely.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, my characters look pretty crazy. I'm probably going to have to send you a picture because I've been taking pictures and I've been changing the costumes every time I play just because it's fun. So for the next time I play with all of those skins, and then the next time I play, I'll play with whatever ones I picked on the last one. So it's been a blast, and even the little kid likes, picking out the different outfits for Hulk and whatnot. So
Oh, that is cool.
he loves Hulk.
Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of Hulk, I guess my nerding out this week is Hulk. I started reading the Immortal Hulk series I started a handful of years ago, and I'm about 8 issues in, and I'm really enjoying it. I've never read a ton of Hulk stuff, so I heard some rave reviews about this particular storyline, and I got on the old interwebs and looked up what I might need to know from before that storyline, and kind of read some Wikipedia synopsises and then just jumped right in, and man, I'm really enjoying it. And I never really realized the kind of the rich history in Bruce Banner's backstory.
Oh yeah, it's insane. And I think it's because as a longtime Hulk reader, sometimes I feel like that book is either amazing or it's just okay, or it's just flat out weird. And I have the same inclination when I read a Superman book. It's either good, very mid, or super weird.
Yeah.
There's no, you know what I mean? But I have that same thing. So depending on who's writing, it is the best book on the shelves, or it is the weirdest book on the shelves, or it's a book you skip over.
Yeah.
Lately, I feel like anyway, the last 10 years of the Hulk have been a pleasure to read, especially because I stopped reading comics in probably the late 90s, and then I started back up 2006, 2007, 8-ish, and the Red Hulk was just being introduced.
Yep.
And the whole mystery behind who was the Red Hulk and things like that, and the fact that I have all those issues now, and I'm so excited to see that in real life. But yeah, I thoroughly have liked Hulk books in the last 10 years.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even know things like Betty Ross became a version of a Hulk creature for a while, and all kinds of things like that, and it was really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's honestly a blast to read, and also is really thought-provoking in the fact that he really is battling himself, on top of the fact that he has to fight everyone around him all the time.
Yeah.
And which really is, the whole like Frankenstein thing, you know what I mean? Or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing. It's more of a sad story than anything else. And it gets sadder, and then there are points when it gets better. But yeah, it's from what I understand about Immortal Hulk, and I haven't started reading it yet, he's basically mindless, correct?
I think at this point, he's not mindless. He's actually like a new iteration, a new personality, and he only comes out at night. He's Bruce Banner all day, and he's Hulk at night. And this version is more prone to... He has conscious thought. He has awareness and intelligence, but he's more prone to, kill a bad guy on purpose, if that means getting the means you're looking for. So
okay.
It's pretty different, but it's been super good so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to it. I think I have like the first 9 issues, and then I have like issues just here and there. So I have like 1 through like 9, and then I have I have 25, and then I have like 50. So like it's all over the place. I'm eventually gonna have to go back and find them all, like always.
Well, cool. Well, hey, been nerding out about Marvel. The first bit of our news comes from Marvel. Did you get a chance to see that really cool Secret Invasion trailer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Lauren and I watched it together, and we were both just like, oh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised at how good a show like that looks.
Yep.
When it's not... Secret Invasion, like in the books, was like a huge, huge deal. They're not doing that with this, I don't think. I'm not sure. They're not really giving away really anything. That's what's great about it.
Yep.
I mean, we know about a handful of characters that will be in it, but that's about it.
Yeah, they finally said Emilia Clarke's character is Talos' daughter all grown up. So that was kind of cool.
Whose daughter?
Talos, the Skrull that befriends Nick Fury and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a child
right.
in that Captain Marvel movie, but that's her all grown up in this movie.
Oh, dang. Okay. I didn't realize that.
It looks super interesting. I love Samuel L. Jackson, and I don't know, I've mentioned it before, but I'm just excited to see who's been a Skrull, or at least partially been a Skrull since that time frame that we've been, watching and not realizing. I think they're going to shock us with a couple characters.
Yeah. Who are your, if you had to guess 3, who would they be?
Oh, gosh. I haven't really thought about who, just the fact that they're probably going to do it. I feel like, not to pick specifics, but what if they, pick characters that we've seen die, and this would be a way to bring them back. Like, oh, here's the actual real version of so-and-so.
Oh, yeah. Like Black Widow?
Something like that, yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be a real good one. Black Widow. If, she was the person who had that relationship with Clint, and it was the Skrull, so, it all works out, but then, like, the real one has been just in lockdown somewhere. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's how they explained it in the books, was that over the years... character here, character there would switch to a Skrull, but that it would be like deep cover to the point where they wouldn't get activated, so they didn't even know they were Skrulls.
Oh, okay.
And once, like a hypnosis activation agents, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And so they wouldn't even get activated, and so a lot of them thought they were actually the heroes until they were activated. And then because of that, I think there were 2 or 3 of them that decided to stay good because of it.
Yeah.
Because they had been undercover for so long. But I think Captain Marvel was one, not the girl, but the guy, and they thought that he had returned. And if I remember correctly, he was actually a Skrull. Wolverine was a Skrull, like for a long time, apparently.
Dang.
So there's it's a crazy book. I'm very excited to see what they use and what they don't use, and if they're like using it as a tool for something else, obviously in this one.
Yep.
But I'm not quite sure. I'm just not quite sure what it's for.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So I guess I can't think of 3, but if I had to pick one, that's my one, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Did you also get a chance to see that latest Guardians of the Galaxy trailer?
I did.
I think it's just making it more apparent that there's probably going to be some kind of loss.
Yeah, for sure there is. I just don't, I really have no idea who it would be.
Yeah. I'm going to guess Rocket, with as much as they're focusing on Rocket, but also possibly Drax, because we know that actor's done. He's not coming back.
I don't think they're going to kill Rocket. I think Rocket's going to find someone to leave the Guardians for.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess that's still a loss, just not a sad loss.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Drax is going to die. Either Drax is going to die or he's going to transform into a different Drax like they did in the comics, except it was opposite. Like, in the comics, the original Drax had like the purple cape. And what if they switch him to that version of him?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
So then it's a different character.
Yeah.
He was almost a completely different character, looking wise anyway. What if they did that? I thought that would be really neat.
Yeah, they could keep the character through. Even without the actor.
Drax, yeah, but he would just be a little different.
It's like Triple H or something instead of Batista.
Yeah. I think Triple H is a little old to play that part, in all honesty. Man, especially lately when he shaved his head and everything. I mean, he looks scarier than he's ever looked with that shaved head. But, I think he's a little too old at this point. But who I've always wanted him to play? I've always wanted him to play Sabretooth.
Oh, definitely. I could see that 100%.
It was like when he had the long hair and everything.
Yep. And now that I've read some of this Hulk book and it brought back to my attention the Alpha Flight, he could totally be a Sasquatch too.
Oh, yeah, he could totally be a Sasquatch. One of them.
Yep.
There's been so many of those. It's so weird.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
Well, hey, another trailer. We got that latest Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse trailer. Did you catch that too?
I did. That thing was so confusing.
Right.
But I loved every second of it. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%.
I kept on being like, but Miguel O'Hara is a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand that him being a villain thing, and maybe he's not.
I watched a breakdown video about the trailer, and I think there's something going on that's going to fracture the multiverse, and Miles has to choose, save my dad or save the multiverse. And he's apparently going to lean towards, well, I'm going to do both. And Miguel's like, no, you'll fail, and the whole multiverse will crack. So it's not so much a bad guy stance. It's dude, you're going to screw up the greater good. So he's got to stop Miles or whatever. And obviously, in a movie like that, Miles is probably going to figure out a way to do both things. But you never know.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I like how they reference Tom Holland and Doctor Strange I was like, holy crap, that's so funny. He gets irritated. He goes, don't even get me started on Earth 19999.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's them.
I loved it. I wrote down what he said because it cracked me up. He said, don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and the little nerd from Earth 19999.
Yeah, little nerd, that's right. Because he is like a tiny guy.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, I thought that was very clever.
Someone brought my attention to the international version of this trailer, and it actually opens with 3 live-action Spider-Man, Tobey, Andrew, and Tom. A quick scene from each of their movies with a quote of them, and then it goes into the rest of the trailer. And it's not in the American released one, it's only in the international released one, and I thought that was super cool.
That is neat. I wonder why they only did it for the international.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just showing Spider-Man movies through the years.
That's kind of what it looked like. Just the way that the great power comes great responsibility type situation, without so much saying that phrase, but that's kind of the stuff it was getting at. Let's see, we got a little bit of rumors as well. The big rumor right now is that the Thunderbolts movie is finally going to set the stage for the MCU's debut of the X-Men. Which makes sense if it's going to kind of lead into Captain America New World Order, which we've also had the big rumor that is going to introduce adamantium and the world's kind of fighting over it. So I could see these characters getting dropped in here and there, and eventually we get some big team-up movie.
They said the adamantium is in that giant celestial body. That's what it's made out of, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
And there was other rumors, we've already kind of heard these rumors, but according to Marvel Insiders, a very, very, very reliable source says we are without a doubt going to see 2 X-Men in the Captain America New World Order movie. So that's, I just need all these things to hurry up because I want to see them.
I'm trying to think what 2 X-Men it would be.
I don't know.
Related to a Captain America movie. That's why I'm besides Wolverine, who is one of the only X-Men characters that Captain America deals with ever.
Yeah, and the whole
besides the World War II stuff.
Yeah, the whole they're both old and the war and all that could be a big connection.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just Charles, simply Charles is one of them.
Yeah, maybe that would be probably a safe bet for sure. Man. Yeah, I was thinking like Omega Red or something like that, but
Oh, yeah.
they said X-Men, not X-Men characters.
Oh, that is true. It specifically said X-Men.
So, I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Yep. Over on the DC side of things, did you catch that Blue Beetle trailer the other day?
Yeah, I thought that was incredible. It was like this is like the first James Gunn one, right? Like this is considered his.
Yep.
Okay. So didn't it feel like a Marvel movie you were watching?
It kind of did. It was just fun. It was very fun.
Yeah, that's what Lauren said almost instantly. She goes, it felt like a Marvel trailer. It felt like something I actually wanted to go see instead of something serious that I dreaded going to see.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, well, all right.
They made a big deal to point out on several websites and social media the past couple days that this will be the first new DCU installment. Let's see, we got another little bit of news that the reported villain for the sequel to Matt Reeves' Batman movie is going to be Clayface.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm really excited about that. I feel like they have the technology finally to do that.
Oh, yes.
What I am confused though, wasn't this supposed to be like a more grounded Batman movie?
Yeah, and what I was reading was that they might allude way, way, way back to like the original Clayface, who was that actor. And it was less giant clay monster, but more I can mold my face to look like whoever I need to look like. And then it starts to eventually go wrong a little bit. So it won't necessarily be the giant monster Clayface, but he will have that ability to shape shift his face into whatever he wants to mold it into. But I guess we'll see. Maybe they'll go full-blown monster Clayface.
Yeah, maybe.
There's also a big rumor that there's this secret DCU project floating around for the Justice League, but it sounds like they're going to adapt the Justice League New Frontier storyline into a live-action Justice League movie. Did you happen to watch that animated Justice League New Frontier?
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so good.
Yeah, and it looks like Darwin Cook, that art style.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yep, but it sounds like they're adapting that into a live-action Justice League. And hey, I'm cool with that. I kind of love period pieces when they're done well.
Yeah, I like it. If it's done properly, I think it would be good.
Yep. Well, over on Star Wars, this week we got episode 6 of The Mandalorian. Have you had a chance to catch that yet?
Not episode 6. I'm on 5.
Gotcha. Do you want me to not talk about episode 6 yet?
No, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Well, in episode 6, some things I kind of expected to happen happened, but the standout to me was, first I'll say, this episode was super fun. It definitely had that fillery episode feel of it until the very end, so I'll put that up front. But having said that, this episode was too fun to miss. We had cameos, not so much cameos of characters, but cameos of actors. We had Jack Black, we had Christopher Lloyd, we had Lizzo. It was crazy. And Bo-Katan and Din Djarin are on the hunt to add some Mandalorians to the fold, bring them back to the planet, and try to rebuild Mandalore and everything. And so she went after her team that kind of left her. And just as many fans on the internet and myself, and we kind of talked about this, I think, at one point a couple weeks ago, but they didn't want to follow her because they're like, you're too soft. You won't even fight him for the Darksaber, meaning Mando. And she's like, there's too much Mandalorian blood shed already happening. I don't want to shed anymore. And Din Djarin pulls out the saber and says, a little while back, this creature overtook me, took all my weapons, and kidnapped me. She overtook that creature and saved my life. So is she not the rightful owner of the Darksaber? And they looked at each other and were like, yes. So based on that episode when she destroyed that monster that kidnapped Den and took all his weapons, and then she took the Darksaber from it and gave him his stuff back, technically, by all the old school rules, she is the rightful owner of the Darksaber now. And he handed it over to her and was like, this is the way. And that was the end of the episode. So that's going to definitely lead to some Mandalorian action coming.
That's exciting.
Yep. There's only 2 episodes left, and at some point we got to see Moff Gideon again, so we'll see what that does. And then this is unrelated to Mandalorian, but someone was recently interviewing Donald Glover, who played young Lando Calrissian in the Solo movie, and they were asking him, are we going to see Lando again? And he said, oh yes, young Lando is coming back, and more details will be coming soon. And that's about all he said about it. But
I'm excited about that.
He was really awesome as that character, and
He was.
there were a couple standout scenes to me that were my favorite, kind of like when Han met Chewie for the first time and things like that, but him as Lando was like the highlight of that movie for me.
Yeah, that and the Darth Maul stuff.
Oh yeah, the Darth Maul stuff at the end. Super awesome. So yeah, Donald Glover, coming back as Lando. Can't wait. Oh, out there in the other realms of the pop culture universe, did you see we're getting a live-action Street Fighter movie? A new one?
Yeah, I did see that. That's pretty awesome. They actually put out a live Street Fighter movie a few years ago.
Oh, they did?
But I don't know if it came to America. I have a copy of it, and it's
nice.
really just a movie about Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
Them growing up and then becoming, it's a long movie too. It's like 2 hours and some change. But it's basically them becoming who they are. And I thought that was really good, but then nothing came out of it. And so I saw the news about this, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. I only remember the one back in the day, the 90s, with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I think Ming-Na Wen from Mulan and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that. I think she was Chun-Li in that movie, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you are. Also, there was one after that one where the girl who played in Smallville,
oh yeah, Kristen Krick. I kind of remember that.
Yeah,
was that like specifically a Chun-Li movie?
I think it was a Chun-Li like origin movie, yes. But there were other Street Fighter characters in that too.
Gotcha. I forgot about that one, and I don't even know if I've seen that one.
I don't think I've seen it, and I think that'd be fun to watch.
Okay, it's a date.
Sweet.
Okay, they confirmed on HBO Max that we are getting a Harry Potter reboot series. Did you see that news?
No, I did not.
It's going to go 7 seasons, and each season is a different book, and it's going to be way closer adapted to the books than the movies were.
So, no. Goblet of fire!
Yeah.
He said softly.
Exactly. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Yes. I think that's going to be the funniest thing when they change that. Wouldn't it be funny if they didn't?
Yeah.
The one thing they didn't change.
They left it. That would be so funny.
And we'll let the future guys who reboot it again fix it.
They're like, we gotta leave something so it can be rebooted again.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, Netflix also announced we're going to get a Scott Pilgrim versus the World anime series with the same exact cast from the movie as the voices.
Shut up.
And
I didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yep. It's going to be an anime.
I love Brian Lee O'Malley. I hope he gets a part in either the character design or animating it.
Yeah,
I would love it. He also did a second book after Scott Pilgrim called Seconds. If you haven't read it, it's amazing.
I haven't. I'll have to check it out. Let's see. This one's not so much a shocker, but there's going to be a live action adaptation of Moana coming really soon. And Dwayne Johnson is going to play Maui, just like he voiced the character.
Yes, he is.
So that's kind of fun.
They'll CGI him.
Yeah, make him even bigger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting Shrek 5 with the original cast, as well as a Donkey spinoff. So, yeah,
That's
more
amazing.
Shrek. And let's see, the last thing on the news that I've got for today here. So, Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Power Ranger, she is not one of the actors returning to the 30th anniversary. And she came out and talked about it, that she's just not an actor right now. She's got kids. She's busy. She's focused on the other side of her career, and it just didn't fit in her life to uproot everything for a month and go do that. And she knows it disappoints the fans. She's sorry, blah, blah, blah. But as her, here's my contribution to the 30th year anniversary, she's actually been writing a comic book series, and it's going to be released around the 30th anniversary, which is coming up really soon. But yeah, we're getting a brand new comic book all about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, written by the original Pink Ranger, and it's also going to coincide with this whole 30th anniversary thing. So that's kind of cool.
Is the 30th anniversary thing the once and always? Is that what it's called?
Yes. And we are, let's see, it comes out 2 weeks from today.
We watched the trailer for it last night, the NYCC one.
Uh-huh.
And we were both really into it. And then my wife pointed out, she goes, "This is sad to watch." And I go, "Why?" She goes, "Because Tommy,
right?
He never seen him without his helmet." And neither, she goes, the same thing with Kimberly. It's weird.
It is super weird. And yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
She thought it was kind of off-putting. I mean, and it kind of, when I saw the scene with all of them there, and I was like, why have we only seen scenes with blue and black and then a little bit of yellow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's weird that there's, in the trailer itself, feels like there's no red, green, or pink presence whatsoever.
Yeah, the thing about this special is it actually filmed and completed filming before Jason David Frank passed away. He was just too busy with his Legend of the White Dragon movie, couldn't get away to do it. You know, for the first time ever, every time they invite him to do something, he does it. And he didn't because he just couldn't. So all the filming with him not in it, it doesn't even have anything to do with his death. And that, I don't know, that makes it even more sad. I got two thoughts about this. What if it's a whole, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are not in this situation and he pops up and fans everywhere collectively lose their minds and dry out their tear ducts? Or he's just not in it and it is what it is. But I guarantee either way, at the very end, there's going to be some kind of a tribute to him.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to say in memory too.
Yeah. Just like the original Yellow Ranger passed away back in the 2000s, and you don't see her with her helmet off in this video, but that other actor is playing her daughter, and she's going to kind of take over her role in this storyline, it sounds like. And I bet you there's going to be all kinds of tributes, because outside of the Mighty Morphin guys, there's been other Ranger actors die throughout the years too, so I bet you they have some kind of special in memoriam type thing. And even like you said, even if it's just a quick in memory of, and they'll list all the people, and all I know is I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah.
It's the first time they've ever mentioned, they've always legally had to use the word destroyed. They've never been able to say killed. And in this trailer, she's like, Rita killed mom. She's freaking out about it and literally used the word killed. And that's a legal thing that they never could say it back in the day in the children's show. So that shows me this is aimed towards us grown-ups who used to be the kids watching that show.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to watch it as it comes out and talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Because when the new show comes out, I do want to jump on, and that'd be another one of the shows that we talk about.
100%.
On the show. So it'll be a good point for me to jump on without having to watch all of it.
Yeah, 30 years worth of shows.
Yeah. So just because I've only watched the first 4 seasons, 5? Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about this, and yeah, the reboot's going to be coming after this. I think Power Rangers Cosmic Fury comes out this year, and that's the final 30th season of the original version of the show as we know it, and then after that it kind of reboots to this new, slightly more adult version of the show on Netflix. But yeah, I totally agree. We should totally jump in on that and talk about it when it comes. We'll have to pace ourselves, though, if it's Netflix, because they'll drop it all at once.
Yeah. Well, I don't expect you to pace yourself, but I expect I will.
Oh, yeah. I'll have it done in a day, and we can still talk about it once a week.
Yeah. More than likely, at that time, too, we'll have several shows going, Yeah. So I think that's when another Marvel show kicks back on, too, and Star Wars and whatnot. So we have a lot to look forward to.
Yep. That's all the news for the week. Hopefully you learned something new and go watch some cool trailers if you haven't. But as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week to find out all the awesome things going on. And we will see you then.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. This episode was brought to you by the Kingcade Arcade. For all of your arcade needs and video game fulfillment, go head on over to the Kingcade Arcade at the Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas. These guys have every imaginable classic game possible. They have arcades. They have every console you could think of. They have special tournaments all the time. They set up parties and events for all of your party needs. So head on over there once again to the Kingcade Arcade at the Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas. Go get a bracelet, go play free play the whole time, and have a blast.